Thanks on WCPT 820.
Daisy was abandoned by her family and placed in foster care at 15 years old. Her life was full of uncertainty. She thought she'd never have a permanent place to call home.
Before I was adopted, I felt like I wasn't enough. I had this hole in my heart, and I never knew what I needed to patch that hole. But when my mom asked to adopt me, that hole was closed. It feels so normal now to say that I'm a part of this family. I am surrounded by love. I feel safe. And that hole inside of me is gone. I am whole. I'm finally enough just as I am.
The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is changing the lives of teenagers at risk of aging out of foster care. Like Daisy, every child deserves a permanent, loving home. You can help. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Because facts matter. You're listening to WCPT 820.
I'd like to welcome you to WCPT AM's Out Chicago. Think of us as Sunday brunch with your gay best friends. Now please welcome your host, Scott Duff.
And a happy Sunday fun day to everybody out there. Scott Duff here along with Ellen Miller.
Good morning, Scott Duff.
Good morning, Ellen Miller. How are you?
I'm swell, thank you.
Wonderful.
How about you?
I'm fine. It's a weird day out there. Like, it's going to be warm, but the sun won't be out. It's like, what's happening?
It's Chicago spring.
It's Chicago
spring.
It's true. And just like Out Chicago, you never know what you're going to get.
Not until you're here.
Yeah, I know. But hey, this week we got a great show. Look, fans of flying cows, killer rabbits, and Monty Python are in for a real treat. When Spamalot returns to Broadway in Chicago this week, we are going to chat with Sir Robin himself, who bravely ran away. Brave Sir Robin bravely ran away. He bravely ran away. Actor Sean Bell is going to join us in the second hour. And, ooh, Lordy. Let me tell you,
I know you've been excited about that.
I've been so excited. Like, it was a great week at theater. We'll chat about another one. But this week, Goodman opened Covenant. It's a Southern Gothic thriller, rural Georgia, 1932. Or 1930s, not 1932. That would be very, very specific.
That would be.
Look, I don't even know how to talk about this show, but we're going to be this thing has more twists and turns than an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, that's what you said.
It is so great. It is a play filled with secrets that are huge. You think it's going to go one way because we've got a handsome stranger who comes back to town who's been gone for 2 years, who had a stammer and couldn't play the guitar. Now he can play the guitar and the stammer is gone.
What a transformation.
Well, people think that, he sold his soul to the devil. He made a pact with the devil.
That's the only explanation, huh?
Yeah, and that is kind of where we start, and it's not where we end. I don't even. It is.
I can't. I'm hoping to see it. I couldn't see it when it opened Monday.
Ellen Miller, it is an extraordinary night of theater. I've been telling everybody to go.
I know.
And they are, and we are very excited because we're going to be speaking with playwright York Walker and director Malkia Stampley later in the show. This again, Covenant. It stays with you.
And it's a one act, right?
It's a one and done.
Our favorite.
I love doing it. Tell me same. Like, give it to me. It's fantastic. So I'm very excited to be talking with them because they're very good at their jobs. Those two. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's we take pride in having those sorts of people on our show, don't we?
Yes. And of course, we would love to hear from you. So give us a call or text us at 773-763-9278. The number again is 773-763-9278. That's right. You can text us at that. If you don't want to talk to us, you can just text the number. And then we can have a little chat with you. And, of course, you can listen to Out Chicago Live Sundays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central at 8:20 a.m. on TuneIn from heartlandsignal.com, or watch the live video stream on the WCPT Facebook page or the Heartland Signal YouTube page. And today's show is live on Facebook, and we're reading your comments, so please leave your thoughts as well as like and share the page. And you can find it at facebook.com/WCPT820. How was your week, Ellen Miller?
Not bad. I'm recovering I was recovering from dental surgery. I had my stitches out Friday, so I feel a lot better about that. I cannot, they do not want me to play my harmonica for a few more days.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
How are you doing with that? I didn't even think about that.
I never thought about it thank goodness. I mean, I do have a show coming up next Saturday, which I want to talk about, but thank goodness.
Go ahead and plug that while you can.
Next Saturday, the festival season officially kicked off this weekend. A couple of things going on. Kathy and I stopped by the Lincoln Roscoe Spring Art and Craft Fair, which is adorable. It's not super big. It's between like Melrose and Roscoe on Lincoln. There's 2 areas of art, and the street breaks and you cross, and there's more art.
Oh yeah, there's the Renegade Art Festivals happening in Andersonville too.
It's happening.
It's starting, kids.
And
it's
usually,
starting.
This time of year, you have a street festival. It can be dicey. I mean, it could be 50 degrees and pouring rain and cold rain. But it felt like summer just hit yesterday. We were at a street fair. We're running into friends. We are hearing some fabulous music. They had like some R&B bands playing, which was kind of nice. Went along with the art, kind of jazzy stuff. So, that kicked off. But another kickoff next weekend on one of the first festivals of the year, the Belmont Sheffield Music Fest. Nelson Street Revival will be kicking off their summer festival season with a show at 6:30 on Saturday. That's the 23rd, Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. 6:30 to 8 will be on the Belmont and Sheffield stage.
Right there. All righty.
Right there. So come on and say hi. The weather should be decent. I've been checking it out.
This is weird.
Yeah.
Is Leona's still there?
No, long gone.
Long gone.
Long
Okay,
gone.
yeah.
Long gone. Yeah.
Oh,
There's been a million other things there.
Right.
Our lead singer, Peaches Staton, she's got some medical issues she's taking care of. Nothing, some bone joint replacements is what happens with people. So we, though, we're very fortunate. We've got the wonderfully talented Cheryl Youngblood. She's one of the most prolific blues singers in town.
Yeah.
She plays drums.
Her name is familiar to me.
Yeah.
So that's saying something.
She's stepping in to help, and what a doll she is, because she's going to Kingston Mines to play till 3:30 in the morning after our show. But she played with us another year when Peaches had a gig in China that I was not going to keep her from doing when the opportunity popped up. So we're going to have a great show with Cheryl. She's fantastic, and it's the beginning of many more shows this summer.
Come on now.
So excited about that.
And then you got your that I didn't even think about how that would be a thing.
I didn't either. And thank God the show wasn't this weekend, because I went Friday. She goes, I don't want you to be blowing and sucking on
because that would
harmonica. So it's feeling a million times better. So I'm on the road.
Good.
In the meantime, saw a couple of shows. We both. I know you went. Friday night. We both went to see Enemy of the People. This was the Timeline Theater opened their brand new space on Broadway. It's been in the making for years. I think a $44 million space. It is absolutely gorgeous. And
stunning.
It's just stunning. And it's
the bathrooms.
The bathrooms are awesome.
Look, it felt like... For some reason, for me, the bathrooms in theaters are very important. It was like when the Davis Theater had their the movie theater, when they had their redo.
Yes.
I almost wept when I went into their new bathrooms, because it was like so much better.
It is, yeah.
Yes, and then here, their bathrooms are amazing.
They're amazing. They have a lot of ample space for people. You have your own little door to lock.
It sounds so silly, but it's because their old performance space, that church on Wellington.
Yeah.
To get those bathrooms, you had to go downstairs. It was like this little tiny church bathroom kind of thing, and you're like,
they're not elaborate.
Yeah. It was like, oh gosh, but
I'm sure they were thinking of the things we really want to improve on. Things like that.
100%.
But what Scott and I were both talking before the show, what a perfect performance, what a perfect production to end their season and start at their new space. An Enemy of the People, Ibsen's play that's been adapted beautifully. By
Amy Herzog.
And is that the same version that was on Broadway in 2024?
I think
it might have been. Chris Jones loved it, gave it 4 stars, and said, he thought this was even better than the Broadway production. So there you go. That's Chicago for you.
Chicago, yeah.
But directed by our friend O.J. Parson, Ron O.J. Parson, who's become a friend. His Doris Davenport's partner, and they're just a fabulous couple. And his work is fabulous. It was well directed, beautifully acted, how about the sound quality in that theater? I mean,
the acoustics are great.
Acoustics are fabulous.
Yeah, look, for people who might not be familiar with Timeline Theater, their mission is to explore, use theater as a way to explore a certain era, a moment in time where things were impacted. One of the best things in the world about going to a Timeline show, aside from the actual production, is all of the dramaturgy that happens that is in the lobby. Did you check out that long... the hallway that has all the they tie in.
I didn't spend a lot of time.
I know
no.
there was a lot to look at. I mean, it's a beautiful. They've got a brand new space. They've been around. They're finishing up their 29th season. But what they do is they take they kind of make a case for the play almost. This is why we're doing it. Here's what's relevant to you. And it gives you a history lesson of what's going on. Enemy of the People is a lot about water and about it takes place in Sweden, as they all do, because he's Ibsen. And there's a small town that is trying to have a restorative bath. And one doctor realizes that there's something in the water and it's not healthy and it will kill people, and trying to get that message out. So the entire lobby is filled with environmental pieces. It gives you all the information about Chicago and Lake Michigan and how many people are on the Lake Michigan aquifer. It's
I missed that entirely. I got to go back.
Well, because again, their brand, it is a brand new space. It is absolutely stunning.
It is beautiful.
The lobby,
the furniture,
is gorgeous. The furniture. Nick Bowling, who's been on our show, one of the artistic directors, he picked everything out for the lobby.
Taste.
There's there's a community room. There's the beautiful.
You almost want to hang. Oh, do I have to go back into this play? No, because it's so
right?
comfortable to hang out.
It really is it really is very, very stunning. It's in the Uptown. It's right at Broadway and Argyle.
Lots of Asian restaurants right nearby.
My gosh,
all
one
of
my favorites ones right down the street from there. They've got the best Szechuan noodle soup. Anyway,
is that
it's Yao. I forget the name of the name.
There's so many over there.
Yeah, it's not Tank. We don't go to Tank.
We don't. No, nobody was there.
Of course,
everybody. The place next door was absolutely.
Yep.
Tank has been known to support people like DJT. Let's just put it that way. But engage, entertain, and enlighten. That is their mission, and that's what they did. Walk, don't run. Go check this show out. It's going to sell out. It was extended already. Between the space and the quality of theater you're going to see there, you're in for a real treat.
And the thing that, there are reasons why some plays endure the test
of time. Yes, and we know why this one does.
And this one really is it is the perfect play
for now.
For this moment.
It is.
It is about the health and welfare of a community. It is about the powers that be trying to stifle real information and truth getting out to people. It is fantastic. What's Will's last name? Why am I forgetting him?
Does he play the
doctor?
He's
Will Allen.
Oh my gosh, he is so good. So good.
He is so let me tell you, this man is basically on stage for the entire time, and it's a lot of heavy lifting, and he made it so easy. And so again,
didn't you feel like you were there?
Everything
you were in that time period.
Everything felt very urgent.
Yeah,
that's one thing that I thought that the entire cast, the production is beautiful, the set, the costumes. Petra was gorgeous through the whole thing. But again, as Ellen said, run, don't walk to go see this.
Go check it out.
Show and to go see this. A really excellent theater company.
Doing good work.
They always do good work, but also just celebrating it was a hard one to get this new space because in these times when the arts are getting hit by so much, the fact that they were able to build a new space, same thing is happening with Northlight Theater. They're opening a new space in Evanston. There's something so hopeful, about this because
in these days when things are being cut, funds are being taken for no good reason, but you see something like that happening, and
and also I had a little personal thing too about Face Theater. We started around the same time that we started a year before. I think there was this whole little conclave of storefront theaters, fledgling new companies that were starting around the same time. That a lot of them are still around. And About Face, we used to be in the Hull House. which used to be, which I guess the shell of it is still there, at Belmont and Broadway, which was just down the street from the church on Wellington. Where Timeline started, and was their home for 29 years. There was something so wonderful about seeing peers from like a really wonderful, you're in your 20s and you're doing
you guys can relate. You're all trying the same kind of goal.
We're all doing things, and we're all pushing each other for excellence. And it was so wonderful to see like PJ Powers, who is one of the co-artistic directors, who he's a force of nature.
Yeah, he was sweet. He was really emotional in talking about, what it meant to open that theater.
To open the space.
Open that space with, with the kind of production they did. It was we went, I was there Thursday, Scott was there Friday. We ran into our friend Delia Kropp there on Thursday night.
How's she doing?
She's doing great. She says she listens every week. Delia, if you're listening.
You better be listening.
But I also want to give a shout out to, I thought I was going to the second to the last day or so of Going Back Rack, the Songs of an Icon. It's currently at the Apollo Theater. We had the director on, David Sybil, a few weeks ago. I grew up in a house that was fully Bacharach. My parents loved the music of Burt Bacharach and the lyrics of Hal David and my era too. I grew up on Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Raindrops. I mean, there's so many. What's New Pussycat? I mean, Close to You by the Carpenters. I mean, it's a whole
That's the one that always freaks me out.
The whole
really?
Alfie. I mean, it's just do you know the way to say it?
Always
it's like
something there to
your
remind
whole life.
me.
If you grew up in the 60s and 70s, and on and on and on and on. Arthur, theme from Arthur. This show is just extended. I'm thrilled to tell you till the 21st of June. If you are a Bacharach fan, if you're a casual or a big Bacharach, either way, go see this show.
Even if you're not a Bacharach fan,
you'll become one because you go, you're going to go, really? Really? He wrote all those songs. They even covered one of the Elvis Costello collaborations. It was great.
Oh, wow.
So, they could make it a little warmer in the theater for the old people. The old people that are in there. Come on. Come on. Oh, I wore a leather coat and I had it on the whole time. But anyway, go check out the Apollo Theater. Go check out Going Bacharach at the Apollo Theater. You have till the 21st. You will not be disappointed. One of the singers, there's two women. There's the women are the performers are Ava Lochnar, John Pagano, and Tanisa Wilson. And John Pagano toured with Burt Bacharach for 26 years.
Wow!
So they tell some anecdotal stories throughout. I can't say enough about how much. And then they end with one of my all-time favorites. And, of course, I was a little emotional about it because what the world does need now is love, sweet love. So, hey, Chicago, I don't know how anybody can ever leave this city. I think about where would you move to when you have all of this at your fingertips. You have the art, the culture, the music, the theater. It's just, we don't have enough days in the week to check out everything that is there for us. So go do it. They need your support. Tickets are, people are, it's tough times for some people. And they're not spending as much money as,
100%.
And I understand. But, there's ways. There's reduced tickets. There's certain days and matinees that have better prices. So go support the theater. They're out there doing the good work.
There's also go check out Hot Ticks.
And Hot
That's
Ticks.
a very good resource for folks.
Yeah.
It is. It is a hard. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have been able to go see it had it not been.
We're lucky. We have media access, but we do go and we try and go to as much as we can. We have Spamalot people coming on later. I'll be seeing that this week. One of my favorites. It's been many years since I saw it, so that's. I'm looking forward to that too. It's just every type of theater you could want in this city. From the Broadway shows to, a reimagining of Ibsen's Enemy of the People. It's all there. So.
And also Covenant.
Covenant, which I'm hoping to get in to see that in the next. It's only running till the end of May.
I know. Well, hopefully they'll extend it.
I hope so.
Because I'm like,
because everybody's talking about it, loving it.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good, and it sticks with you. And it's one of those things that I'm like, thank you. Thank you for a lot. I had a lovely week of theater this week.
Chicago
Thank
theater
you, Chicago
community.
theater. Yep, and and I got to see I have some friends who are like winter birds. who have flown back to Chicago to summer here. And so we got reunited and it feels so good. My lesbians and their kid who was studying abroad in Jordan.
I remember you were talking about that.
And she had to have they had scooted them out of Jordan real quick with very little notice, and they're like, all right, we got to get out, it's time to move. And so she finished off the year in Morocco.
Well, that's interesting, right? Too.
I know, the whole thing. I mean, it was very interesting listening to her experience, because she's like, it's like, I've never been more harassed in my life than I was in Morocco. Like, it was just weird. Like
where in Morocco was she, I wonder? Because certain areas are real, like Tangiers is harassment city.
I think that's where she was.
Yeah,
But yeah, so she was like, oh, it was just very strange. But like, what an incredible year. So we were all back. Like, she literally got back like at midnight in between Friday and Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so we got to hang out last night,
Very
and
nice.
like it was like our gunkles reunited, and just so great to again be with community, be with family, and have those wonderful feels of all that stuff.
Yes.
So
good.
yeah,
We got to take those all in as much as we can.
I know. We do need to do that. And also what we do need to do is to take a break. But before we do that, this part about Chicago is brought to you by Team Hochberg. If you are purchasing a new home, you need to call Team Hochberg, your trusted local lender. Sally, Bob, and their newborn son, Gus, they've got a combined income of $200,000 a year. They called to get pre-qualified. Now, David answered their questions, introduced them to a realtor, and helped them secure a mortgage with a low down payment. Now let's review. David pre-qualified Sally and Bob to purchase a home 4 months before their lease expired, introduced them to a realtor who located for them the perfect home, and helped them secure a mortgage with only 3% down. If you're purchasing a home and with the same outstanding service Sally, Bob, and Gus received, call Team Hochberg now at 855-563-2843 or visit 56david.com and Google Team Hochberg to read their 700 5-star reviews. Team Hochberg has helped thousands of WCPT listeners, but they can't help if you don't call 855-563-2843 or visit that website you know and love, 56david.com. Atlantic Coast Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 643114. We are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, it's spin the wheel time on what horrible thing has happened this week. So please stick around. You are listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Stephanie Miller.
I get to say my favorite sentence in the entire world. Here comes Kathy Griffin, hero of democracy. Hello.
How are we going to do this? Because I know we're both going to want to talk at the same time because it's a love fest. I am so in love with you. You are so important and wonderful and funny and brilliant, and you are who I aspire to be.
When
I grow up, I want to be you.
No, you.
Stephanie Miller, weekday mornings 8 to 11 on WCPT 820.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
I was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
I was in the hospital with my son for 18 months.
When he got injured, I wasn't prepared, but I knew I had to be strong.
When I was told about John's injury, I was in complete shock. I just remember rushing into his room and giving him a big hug and letting him know I was there.
These veterans and families are just a few of the heroes we serve at Homes for Our Troops. For thousands of severely injured veterans, everyday life is filled with barriers.
It was really the little things throughout the house. Counters that you can't roll up to. How to drag my wheelchair down steps.
I want to help, but he is so determined.
At Homes for Our Troops, we build specially adapted custom homes with features like wheelchair access, roll-in showers, and automatic door openers that allow them to function independently and focus on their recovery and family.
This house is freedom. It's hope. It's a new beginning.
This house has given me my family back.
To learn more, visit hfotusa.org.
Hey Google, play WCPT.
Streaming Chicago's progressive talk from TuneIn.
Hey, this is Mark Patton, and I'm from Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street, and you're listening to Out Chicago.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ellen Miller, just rolling along. And the phone lines are open, so give us a call, 773-763-9278. That number again is 773-763-9278. You can also use that number to give us a text. If you don't feel like chatting with us live on the air, I get it. And also this week on Choose Views, Richard Chu's guests will include transgender activist, author, and lawyer Ellie Krug, human rights activist, author, and lawyer Kasim Rashid, Run for Some Things senior director for organizing and recruitment Candace Harris, independent journalist and political analyst Ahmed Baba, and Illinois Congresswoman Robin Kelly, and Cook County Public Defender Sharon Mitchell Jr., plus show regulars Kate Lincoln Goldfish and Mike Nellis. That's Choose Views, weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. Central on WCPT 820 a.m., the Heartland Signal website, TuneIn, YouTube, and Facebook. That's a stacked lineup.
Yeah, it is.
Come on, tune in. Mm-hmm. There we go. Girl, I'm really just I'm exhausted by like the spin the wheel of offenses.
I think that's part of the plan.
Oh, I know.
To exhaust us.
Oh, of course. We even know that. I mean, it's just more like, I'm not physically exhausted or even spiritually. It's more just like, I don't get it. I don't understand what, I don't understand. I don't understand how people can support this. This administration. I don't understand how people are like really happy about what's going on. I mean, if we want to really be thankful to dear leader, I'm really, really grateful. Beforehand, I could fill up my car with $45 worth of gas, and now magically it holds like $80 worth of gas.
How did that happen?
Isn't that
That's
amazing?
Such a magic trick.
Like, it's a great magic trick and everything. Fortunately, like now, we can all like enjoy beans and have Meatless Monday every day of the week. It's great. Thanks, for those high grocery prices. I love that I can no longer, I don't nap anymore. I just have like a really long blink. I
wonder what that's referring to.
I just long blink.
Yeah.
I find it restore, but I'm listening and I'm hearing everything.
I'm just taking a little blink.
Good long blink. Mm-hmm. That's, and I usually I like doing that when like a camera's on me. Yeah, it's great. I love that the reflecting pool is various shades of American blue.
Because there's nothing better to put your energy into right now.
Yeah,
there's no really pressing issues in the country.
That's the part that's really driving me kooky pants. Is like he is trying to make money hand over fist, and nobody on that side seems to mind.
Nope.
At all.
They don't want to be primary. That's all they care about.
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently, like in Louisiana, with the incumbent, Cassidy, he did not fare so well because he had the cojones to say, like, no, we should be indicted.
So right now, if you do not agree with dear leader, you do not have a chance. That's not democracy, last I checked. But what we're in right now is something, a whole new way of governing. He governs like he is like a company boss. Like I was saying before the show, when you're the owner of a company, You don't go around and ask the employees what they want. He does not know how to do that. He does not understand anything about democracy and giving people a voice other than his own crazy voices in his own crazy head.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the only voices he cares about. And I agree. Why aren't people standing up more? I mean, Republicans that have tried, Massey is next on his hit list, Thomas Massey, who stood up to him on the Epstein files. He is, going to get primaried. It's ridiculous what's going on here. We have a mob boss who's mentally ill running our country. That's what we have.
We most certainly do. Who has a second job of crazily texting out AI slop and everything throughout the middle of the night.
Just why is this acceptable? How is this acceptable?
I don't know.
And my biggest fear, and you brought it up, Scott, is that we are going to become just, accepting of this because this is how it is. We have been bombarded with lies and craziness now for years from this man. Mm-hmm. And what are the coping mechanisms? Just kind of like, I don't know. That's just the way it is.
No, I mean, I think I know I'm not I don't think any of us in this room or any of the people out there listening are just out there saying oh, that's just how it is. We see how it is, and we just have to continue to use our voices. That's the only thing that we have right now.
His people are like that. They're just accepting it because he's a Republican.
Well, and
that's who their party is, and that's who they voted for.
And they drank the Kool-Aid.
They drank the Kool-Aid.
They are 100% on board with this guy because they saw him on TV in the early 2000s.
I'm still appalled that this charlatan, this carnival barking mental case is over there in China. God knows what he's promising regarding Taiwan. You can't trust him. He loves dictators. He just loves.
He really does.
The guys that rule with an iron fist. Mm-hmm. And it's unacceptable. And anybody in this country that thinks it is really needs to take a look in the mirror. This is not acceptable. None of it. None of his behavior. Not to mention his pedophilia, his
the felonies, the countless felonies that he's been
alleged rapes. I mean, it's just
the Epstein files that's going on there, the countless grifts that's going on.
The money, the stock trading that's going on.
It's it is all just gobsmacked. The stuff that people, that weird inside, not the trading of stuff that happens on weird, I forget. It's kind of like Bitcoin. I forget the name of it. It's not Bitcoin, but it's not it's a stock market, but it's also kind of like a gambling site. Who's going to launch a missile first, and who's going to do all that? Yeah, that's it. What was it? One more time. Cashy, I think. Yeah, it's these people are getting incredibly rich.
And don't you? I mean, they all have plenty of money. What is enough money? I mean, what is enough money for these people?
Girl, the biggest fear of a billionaire is becoming 100 millionaire. Apparently that's what it is. I don't understand
power.
it.
It's a mental, and I'm going to say it's men. It is a testosterone fueled extravaganza. That is who. This is what's wrong with this country. We need more women. We need women running this country. More women running the world. I mean, women do not get into the wars just for their own egos. I don't think they're as driven by power and money as men. I don't. I mean, there are exceptions to every rule. But until we have more women accepted as leaders, we are screwed. That's what I'm saying right now.
Well, and also just put people that are competent. Literally, it is during the 1.0, the administration during 45, we used to play a little thing of meanwhile at the Legion of Doom, their level of villainy and chicanery is comic book level. It's a James Bond villain kind of level of just we're gonna make more money and we're gonna and we're it's
like a real a video game that they're living in reality, the power, the money, the control. It's just nuts, and I think all of our heads are ready to explode, and we have to cope with it in a way that keeps us sane.
And this whole let them eat cake mentality.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't care about what's going on with the American economy. That's the least of his worries.
He doesn't think about Americans and the economy at all.
It's all about him.
But he does want to double the size of the ballroom that, again, will be used for 12 days out of the year, maybe by $300. Like, it doesn't make any sense and wants the taxpayers to pay for it. This arch, this stupid.
And it's getting bigger by the minute, I heard.
Yeah, it's gone from 75 feet to now 250 feet. Look, the Interior Secretary, Doug Burgum, this kid, what? How did he get his job? So, like, he was testifying to Congress on Wednesday, saying that there was no final action that's going to be happening on the arch. But on Thursday, where the arch is proposed, like the memorial circle, that suddenly was covered up with construction fences and curtains, and there's equipment back there. So we're not dum-dums to kind of think about what is happening behind there. It's just like the East Wing of the White House all over again. I'm just going to demolish, and
I'm not going to ask any permission from anybody.
He's taking that thing. Yeah, it's like people are like, it's easier to forgive than it is to easier to forgive.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness and permission. Yes.
Yeah, but he doesn't ask for forgiveness.
Oh, gosh, no. He's never done anything wrong in his life.
Over thing. And also, like, this dude, also the Interior Secretary guy, he's also a real brainiac, too, because he was having a whole conversation about solar energy. When he was describing how he clearly does not understand how solar energy works, because he said in that congressional thing, he's like, all of these projects you're describing in Nevada have one thing in common. When the sun goes down, they produce zero electricity. To which Democratic Representative Jared Huffman replied, Mr. Chairman, I request unanimous consent to enter in the record this amazing new technology that apparently the secretary is unaware of. It's a battery.
Yeah, a battery. Mm-hmm.
It's
this is the most incompetent administration in the history of the world.
That's what I mean. I don't think if it's
every level.
Male or female. I mean, you've got the education secretary that quickly, she's trying to dismantle the wrestling queen, trying to dismantle any of the education departments going on here. What is this going on? Okay, I can't even see what this. Everybody. You think how we got Pam Bondi out? You got Kash Patel. Y'all. The warning signs going on, like the alarm bells are going on. There's a reason why his eyeballs are like that crazy all the time. He's just trying to cling on to, like.
Did you hear he did a private snorkel at the site of Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, whatever.
He's just like a maniac. He's like an egomaniac.
Well, yeah, it's like a narcissist picking other narcissists. It's like, maybe you should stick to podcasting as opposed to running the FBI, because clearly you've got a problem with the going on there. Allegedly, we'll say allegedly.
When you have your name on a bottle of whiskey, I could say it's a good chance.
It's a tradition in the FBI.
That's a long-standing tradition.
No, it's a long-standing tradition of getting drunk and falling over. Yeah. I mean, it's the grift that happens, the abuse of power that is going on right now. You have an FBI director who's using like government money to go to the Olympics and go to Pearl Harbor for a personal snorkeling tour and taking jets with his girlfriend and having this Secret Service like be his personal Uber for his girlfriend to go and like Uber her, make sure she gets home. So, like, it's
all the worst kind of humans that we have running the country.
And that's the thing that's also like, and Ding Dong is suing the IRS.
Mm-hmm.
How is this not a conflict of interest? Ding Dong is suing the IRS because of apparent like tax information leak that came out in when was the year? It was 2019 and 2020. But he is both the plaintiff and the defendant. How does that work?
He'll settle with himself for a lot of money.
Yes, he is, for $1.776 billion. Do you see what they did there?
Yeah,
a little 1776. And like, he's either promised to give it to charity, or he wants to. Yeah, and he wants to start the Truth and Justice Commission, which is a fund to help other victims of government weaponization. That's our money. That's our money.
He thinks it's his. He treats everything as his.
I know, but like, it's friends. I'm going to lower prices on one day. We're not going to get in any foreign wars. No. The inflation's going to go down. None of those things are true.
The one thing, Scott, that I take solace in is the fact that his numbers are not going up. The people are not buying into this. Americans, that thought that he was their answer are finding out, because they are the ones in the in the position where, gas, grocery prices. I mean, a lot of regular Americans people that are, middle class and lower class that thought he was their savior, they're getting screwed. And, people at the top, they can still afford these increases.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But a lot of his people cannot. All of our people, but particularly if you look at the red states, the southern red states.
But the southern red states have always been a mess.
And they're a mess,
yep.
and some of them have realized, what did we do here? But now
yet they're still redistricting. They are still
because they have hardly a say in it. It's these, these state legislators and the state Supreme Courts that are making up their own, doing whatever they think that the dear leader wants them to do. And I wish we were further along. I wish it was like election year. I wish the midterms were the presidential election, because we're at a point now where I can guarantee you things would change. But we're stuck with this guy now for a few more years. And people have got to get out and vote. Young people, all people that made the mistake. You know what? I will forgive you. I will forgive you if you go out and you make a change in how you decide this country needs to be led. And that starts with the midterms.
Mm-hmm. It does.
It's our only hope, really.
Yep. We got to get out there and continue to call your elected representatives to make sure get out and have your voice heard. Be volunteer for a candidate. Do something. I mean. Again, doing something is the best thing, antidote to grief.
Yes.
And to despair, because that's kind of where we are right now. Well, let's quick go to the phones and check in with Ron in Chicago. Welcome, Ron. You're on Out Chicago.
Yes. Now I want to have 3 archers, not 1. So that'll be...
I always thought he just wanted the golden arches, because we know how much he loves the Mickey
Surprised
D's.
he doesn't just do that.
I know.
Yeah.
Why can't we just put up a drive-through window somewhere on something and let him pass out gold-plated Big Macs? Do that.
But on the January 6th, there were 1,600 insurrectionists, and most of them were convicted and then later pardoned. And now Trump wants to give each one $1 million. This is really...
No, see, that I have not heard. I have not heard that. We'll check that. But, I guess that tracks. But also the thing that's been very, very intriguing with these these January 6 rioters the insurrectionists who were pardoned, so many of them have been, found... are being convicted of other violent crimes again because they've been officially pardoned.
And they're in ICE too now. He's recruited a lot of them to, to beat up on immigrants.
They get to wear masks and stuff like that. So, it is. I have not heard that. I will definitely check into it. And Ron, thank you so much for giving us a call today. And thanks so much for listening. Because it is, again, it is just a head scratcher. That's another thing. We all watched January 6th happen. We watched it
live on television.
We watched it live on television. And people are still, no, it was just a tour. Y'all, pull your heads out of your butts.
Yes.
That's what we say.
Please.
Let's take a break.
Okay, let's
And
do
we'll
that.
pull our heads out of our butts and we'll buy things. So please stick around. You're listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Children were their calling. Children were their export. Children were their business. Babies placed with families who couldn't care for them or abused them or, in some cases, murdered them. Meet the author of What They Stole this Sunday at 2 Central with me, Turi Ryder. And if you miss us live on air or online, you can hear what you missed on the heartlandsignal.com website or your favorite podcast place. WCPT, where facts matter.
If you're an experienced homeowner who's outlived your assets or your spouse recently passed away, you need to call Team Hochberg, your trusted local reverse mortgage lender. Alice, 90, widow, income $24,000 a year, living in a $500,000 home with no mortgage. Alice's husband recently passed away, and she was terrified about losing her home. So her daughter called for information about a reverse mortgage. We helped Alice secure a reverse mortgage, which allowed her to access $300,000 tax-free dollars so she could afford in-home health care. Let's review. Alice's husband recently passed away. She outlived her assets and thought she had to sell her home. Our reverse mortgage expert, Jose Rodriguez, helped Alice secure a reverse mortgage so she could afford in-home health care and peacefully age in place. Team Hochberg's helped thousands of radio listeners, but we can't help if you don't call 855-563-2843 or visit that website you know and love, 56david.com. Atlantic Coast Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 643114.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
I think my biggest challenge was getting through to him to understand that love is real and you have goals in mind, you have things that want to happen, and I want to help you get there.
Sometimes people tend to shy away from wanting to adopt teenagers because they feel like they've lost so much, but there's still so much to gain.
Just knowing that there's just that other person that cares and loves me out there, it feels great. And they've done so much for me, and I can only be appreciative every single day for just having them in my life.
I think it's been the best decision because I gained a son, and he's the best son ever. If I was down and out, he'd be there.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter.
I'm filmmaker Stephen Cohn. Welcome back to Out Chicago on WCPT.
And welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller, rolling along. And I have things to say. Yes, because Monday on Live, Local, and Progressive, Joan Esposito will talk to 95-year-old legendary journalist and Harvard professor emeritus Marvin Kalb, Democratic Legislative Campaign Committee President Heather Williams, Joel Ostro, professor of political science and Benedictine University. That's Live, Local, and Progressive, weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Central on WCPT 820 AM, heartlandsignal.com, and tune in. And Ellen, we were doing a little
fact checking, yes, about the caller Ron who talked about giving insurrectionists $1 million each. No, there is not evidence that Trump has announced a plan to give every insurrectionist $1 million. But yes, reports say compensation for some January 6th participants has been discussed in broader proposals, and some individuals have independently sought $1 million payouts. So,
there we go. So that's also part of that weird little foundation that he wants to create for illegal, for villainous scum. That's what it's like. It is. It's like Star Wars. You will never find a more. Oh gosh, what is it? Haven? No,
I don't know.
Something for scum and villainy. I know. This is the very first one where they're going into Mos Eisley. That's where we first meet Han Solo. Anyway. Nerds. There we are. So yeah, so there's talk about it. Nothing really is official going on just to again, we want to keep our facts straight and everything. Yeah. But hey, I got a question for you, my gays and my queers and all the folks that are across the LGBTQ alphabet soup. How safe are you feeling these days? I mean, really, how are you doing? Like, I mean, I feel fine in Chicago.
I mean, we're in our bubble. I don't ever want to leave unless I go somewhere warm and tropical. I mean, I think here, there's a reason people are moving here in droves. I mean, other places around the country are having difficulty, selling properties and stuff. Not Chicago. And I think part of it is the way our governor has shown leadership and trying to protect all people here in this state.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not lost on people. So I feel very fortunate. I feel blessed to live here. But
same, and our mayor, we also have the very first LGBTQ director. Oh, I forget his official title. Antonio King is his name, and it's really hard to find him to get him to come on the show because I really want him on the show.
Antonio, if you're listening.
Antonio, hello.
Come on down.
But he's the country's first LGBTQ it's not liaison because I've had liaisons before. I've known people who were a liaison with the daily thing, but we are lucky. We have protections here in Chicago. But it's kind of a scary time right now. And part of it too is on May 6th, this administration released its counterterrorism strategy. Again, that is the counterterrorism strategy, and among its top priorities, it lists left-wing extremists and extremist transgender ideology. That's the threats against the country, along with narco-terrorists and Islamist terrorists. So we're people who do the drugs and the trafficking of the drugs and are mean when they do that with the drugs. That's the same thing about having a transgender ideology about that. So apparently, Ellen, we're domestic terrorists.
Yeah, nothing surprises me.
That is those of us who believe that folks should live as they live, as they want to live, just minding their own business, getting through the day. We are now terrorists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're a violent left-wing extremist, including Antifa.
Yes, have you gone to the meeting? Have you gone to the organization, to that meeting? Yeah, because that's it is.
The National Security Council objectives focus on the rapid identification of secular political groups whose ideologies are labeled anti-American, radically pro-gender, or anarchist.
Yeah. So
that's their definition.
Yeah, so that's great. And then last Sunday, a trans student at the University of Washington was stabbed to death 40 times while doing her laundry.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
I wonder how this happened. There's a really, really interesting, kind of challenging piece to read in The Advocate by Josh Ackley. It's called "America is Renormaling Violence Against Queer People." Mm-hmm. And he kind of just lays it out right here. His
talking points.
And he writes in this: lawmakers introducing bill after bill after bill targeting transgender healthcare, transgender students, transgender athletes, transgender T-shirts, transgender military service members, transgender bathroom access, transgender legal recognition, transgender visibility itself, while insisting none of this constitutes discriminations. Governors smiling through signing ceremonies while children are used as political scenery. School boards collapsing into screaming matches over pronouns while armed protesters gather outside of libraries because someone scheduled a drag story hour. Entire media ecosystems spending years describing queer people as predators, corruptors, threats to civilization, threats to Christianity, threats to children, threats to the nation itself, and then acting bewildered every single time somebody finally decides to convert the rhetoric into actual bloodshed. And the country has become so saturated with it that almost nothing shocks anyone anymore. That was from a piece from The Advocate by Josh Ackley. And he's not wrong.
No.
He's not wrong. We are so fortunate to be here in Chicago, to be here in Illinois, where we have protections. But they're still coming for us. They are coming for us. I bet you marriage equality, look out.
Oh, I know.
That's coming up. That's coming up real soon.
Even though the majority of Americans are for it, are for marriage equality.
Right.
The majority of Americans.
Right. But right now, again, it's all of our trans siblings who are just being the constant barrage of what's going on. And so that's why it's important that we need allies, that we need people to stand up. We within ourselves, we need to stand up because this is the rhetoric that we're facing every day. Every day. And now we've been put on a terrorist list.
Yeah. I mean,
you might think I'm being a little bit grand about all of this, but that's what's happening. And if you have the President of the United States putting this out, are we surprised
that a
19-year-old young woman, while doing her laundry, was stabbed 40 times?
It's heartbreaking. Transgender for everyone. This is his mantra at every speech he makes. It's ridiculous. What does it even mean?
I don't know, and he doesn't know. All he knows is it has the word transgender in it, and that is enough to scare everybody. And it's bananas.
It's tough times.
We need you to step up. If you see something, say something. We need everybody to be fighting for basic protections.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, we're going to take a break. We're going to get some news. And then we're going to shift gears for the second hour. So please stick around. You are listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Children were their calling. Children were their export. Children were their business. Babies placed with families who couldn't care for them or abused them or, in some cases, murdered them. Meet the author of What They Stole this Sunday at 2 Central with me, Turi Ryder. And if you miss us live on air or online, you can hear what you missed on the heartlandsignal.com website or your favorite podcast place. WCPT, where facts matter.
Hey, Tom Harbin here. Tax season is over, but the money you'll waste in 2026 is being decided right now. If your CPA files your taxes next year without planning, it's too late. If you're highly compensated, retired, or run a business, it's likely you're wasting thousands in needless taxes every year. 2026 tax planning needs to start now so you can reduce taxes on required minimum distribution. Grow money safely with tax-advantaged market gains. Make educated decisions instead of winging it. And legally shelter thousands through 2026 tax planning. Take their free 3-minute online tax damage assessment. See if you're okay or being bled dry. Visit brookfieldtaxplanning.com. That's brookfieldtaxplanning.com. Or call 708-485-3439 so you don't overpay taxes ever again. Call 708-485-3439 now. That's brookfieldtaxplanning.com. Or call 708-485-3439.
From the heart of Chicago, it's WCPT 820. Progressive Talk Radio, where facts matter and voices fight for change. WCPT 820.
NBC News Radio, I'm Lisa Carton. President Trump is defending comments he made, saying he doesn't think about Americans' finances when it comes to the Iran war. Trump was asked about his recent remark during an interview on Fox News that aired Friday and called it a perfect statement and said he'd make it again.
When people hear me say it, everybody agrees. Short-term pain. It's going to be short-term pain. But the pain is much less than people thought.
He also said he would not let the upcoming midterm elections impact his decision-making on Iran. Large crowds are expected at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. today for the Jubilee of Prayer. The government-funded event is part of the official celebration of America's 250th birthday. WRC in Washington says a stage has been set up for the event that looks like the inside of a cathedral with massive festival-sized video screens. The free event will feature mostly Christian speakers and will reportedly be live-streamed through churches and ministries. A worker strike has shut down a major New York railroad. The Long Island Railroad says it's the first strike in 30 years after representatives for 5 labor unions walked off the job. The union reps say in the end the strike wasn't about worker pay in the late years of the contract. They say that never got resolved.
How do you cost something like that out in the 11th hour? It's never been discussed.
Instead, they said New York's Metropolitan Transportation Authority demanded worker contributions for health insurance. The MTA is blaming the unions and claimed their last offer, quote, literally gave them everything they said they wanted, but they rejected even that.
Sylvia's mother says Sylvia's...
The lead singer of the 1970s band Dr. Hook, Dennis LeCourrier, has died. His rep confirmed he passed away at the age of 76 following a long and courageous battle with kidney disease. LeCourrier is best known for such hits as Cover of the Rolling Stone and Sylvia's Mother. You're listening to the latest on NBC News Radio.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Tired of all those talking heads down the dial who think they're always right?
People need to just calm down. It's gotten ridiculous.
Welcome to WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Quite frankly, I get most of my news from you.
This is WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk.
Children were their calling. Children were their export. Children were their business. Babies placed with families who couldn't care for them or abused them or, in some cases, murdered them. Meet the author of What They Stole this Sunday at 2 Central with me, Turi Ryder. And if you miss us live on air or online, you can hear what you missed on the heartlandsignal.com website or your favorite podcast place. WCPT, where facts matter.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place, and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
I'd like to welcome you to WCPT AM's Out Chicago. Think of us as Sunday brunch with your gay best friends. Now please welcome your host, Scott Duff.
And welcome back to the second hour of Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller, just rolling along.
We're never at a loss, are we?
We are never at a loss for things
to talk about here in this crazy world.
And talk about crazy world. I'm so excited. We're turning. We love the artsy fartsy. Sometimes we're a little more fartsy than artsy, but we're definitely going artsy and a little bit of fartsy, I would say. Later on this hour, we are going to be speaking with playwright York Walker and director Malkia Stampley. They are the creative team behind the exquisite production of Covenant that's playing at Goodman. Mm-hmm. Very excited about that. Also, tomorrow, on Driving It Home on WCPT, Patty Vasquez will be joined by Ohio Congresswoman Amelia Sykes and Dan Schaefer, creator of the Recombobulation area and political editor at Civic Media in Wisconsin. That's Driving It Home with Patty Vasquez, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Central on WCPT 820 AM, the Heartland Signal website, TuneIn, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm very excited for our first guest. I kind of feel like Stefan from SNL when you're talking about Spamalot. Mm-hmm. Like, this show has everything: flying cows, a lady in the lake, shrubbery, a killer bunny. I mean, look, y'all, fans of Monty Python's Holy Grail are in for a real treat as Spamalot comes coconut trotting back to the Broadway in Chicago. And joining us now is the actor portraying brave Sir Robin, who bravely runs away, Sean Bell. Sean, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. How you doing?
We're doing great. How are you? Where are you right now?
Currently on our last day in St. Louis, so we're at the Fabulous Fox here.
The Fabulous Fox Theater. I'm from St. Louis, and I went to the very first show of the reopening at the Fabulous Fox. It was Hello, Dolly with Carol Channing. Anyway.
Oh,
I'm
amazing.
Old. How is the tour going?
It's going great. We're about halfway through now. I think we just reached our halfway point this week, and we're trucking along. It's been some great cities so far, but we're really looking forward to Chicago.
Well,
which will be fun.
We can't wait to have you here. Look, I've got a question for you. Like, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is like one of my all-time favorite movies. It is ridiculous. What is your relationship with the source material? With Holy Grail or Monty Python? Were you a big fan before doing the show?
Yeah, I grew up watching. It's funny, I didn't see Holy Grail until I was in high school, but when I was younger, I saw a lot of the sketch comedy, a lot of the Flying Circus. My dad's side of the family all loved Monty Python and thought it was hilarious. My mom's side of the family didn't understand it at all. It's an acquired taste, but I was a huge fan. And so then I finally saw the Holy Grail in high school. And since then, and Life of Brian, all those wonderful movies. So it's so great.
Yeah, there is something very specific about British humor that it's like, it kind of boggles my mind too, because I'm like, wait, you all are such a refined, like they present this like soft-spoken, like constrained, dignified sort of thing, and their British comedy is some of the biggest, screwiest sort of like. It's like, wow, how does this work?
I know. You got to let it out somehow.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and great comedy, Sean, often has underlying seriousness to it. Is there some underlying seriousness in the story of Spamalot?
That's a great question. I mean, listen, there's a lovely message in the show, the message of, they take the song Always Look on the Bright Side of Life from the movie Life of Brian.
Right.
And they put it into this show in a different context. And, it's a really silly show. But the message of acceptance and chasing your dreams and discovering what your purpose is in life is really sort of the undercurrent of the whole show. Finding your grail is a bit of a metaphor. So yeah, but to be honest, it's pretty darn silly for the most part.
Yeah, and thankfully
we can use that right now.
We really could use that too. And I guess here I am speaking as if everybody would know what Spamalot is. Can you, Sean? Can you share with our listeners a little bit about what the show Spamalot's all about?
Yeah, the basic plot of Spamalot is, the King Arthur legend. He has all his knights, and he goes searching for the Holy Grail. God gives him a quest. That's the basic foundation of the show. It's about him collecting all of these knights who all happen to be a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Stupid along the way.
Yeah. That works.
The Lady of the Lake plays a big part. She helps Arthur along the way. There's a bit of a love story. And it's really about all of these knights finding themselves and then finding themselves in a lot of very silly, outrageous situations along the way.
Well, and you play brave Sir Robin, who bravely runs away.
Yes, he does. He's a bit of a chicken.
Yeah, when I grew up with Monty Python on Channel 11 on the public television here in Chicago, are people still, maybe you can enlighten me, is the younger people still tuned into the message of Monty Python?
They are. I've been a bit surprised. Even we actually have had a couple of repeat offenders come in costume, teenagers who bring their friends, or we've actually had a few high school groups who are doing Spamalot who end up coming to see the show.
Cool.
But yeah, we've had quite a few younger. I think it really is teenage years are a good time to key into Monty Python stuff.
100%.
Yeah, so they're still watching, which is nice.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm hopeful then about that.
Huge fangs.
Huge tracts of land.
Huge tracts of land. Father, I want to sing.
It truly is just the most quotable movie.
It so is. I mean, you're like, what is your favorite color? But there's something so wonderfully, like you were saying earlier, there's something so wonderfully silly about this show, and there's such a necessity for silliness right now, but there's when it comes to performing the silliness, there's a little bit of a trick because you can't play silly. You are silly. So how have y'all been able, just to keep the show just kind of fresh because you're halfway through, but just been able to, again, convey the silliness in the most serious way possible.
Yeah. It's that trick of comedy of the people in the situation have to take it extremely seriously, but the situation is ridiculous. So it's trying to just, it's that actor thing of trying to remember, what am I trying to do here? What's the goal of the scene? What's the goal of the actor? But also we've been lucky. Our director just swung by again in St. Louis. He stopped by, saw the show. He helped us keep it fresh, gave us a few notes. But it's such a funny group of people and such an inventive cast. It is wonderful. And we all just kind of play around every night. And we play off each other, so it really keeps it going and keeds it new, and it hasn't gotten old yet.
Has anything ever gone like hilariously wrong on stage, Sean?
Oh gosh, I mean, there's been some costume mishaps. Just last night, our Sir Galahad took his bow and his wig fell off.
Perfect.
Yeah, you know.
Thank God it's a comedy, right?
Yes, indeed.
And at the end of the show.
Yes. But, you know, we always have, there's not to spoil anything, but we have an audience member who comes up on stage at one point in the show towards the end, and every now and then they're a firecracker, and you have to just deal with them being,
You're rolling the dice there.
I'm always nervous for the actors when I'm at a show where that happens.
Yes.
I'm like, what is this person going to do to them? But yeah, that's part of the fun.
Thankfully, we've been pretty lucky, and and they've structured it in such a great way where like it's a big group of actors on stage, so we all have each other and we all feel very safe. You know, the worst we've ever had is someone who had a few too many mimosas at brunch.
Oh boy.
There you go. It's always the brunch crowd. Always the brunch crowd. So how, like, you're halfway through the tour right now. Being on the road is really hard. Like, how are you and your fellow ensemble? I mean, here in Chicago, we're very big on the ensemble ethic, you know, we're all sharing the story. But how are you and your fellow cast members in the crew? How are y'all coping with life on the road? Like, what do you do to make this transitory life just kind of be like, oh, let's make it a little bit of home or something? How are you dealing with that?
Yeah, you have to have your own little routines, and I've started eating pretty much the same breakfast every morning, no matter where I am, and making the same thing for myself. But we also seeing new things in new cities is always wonderful. But we have to go to museums, and you see everything every city has to offer. It keeps it fresh and keeps you going. I'm excited to come back to Chicago and see some things that I've already been to and see some new things as well. I mean, every weekend, there's a tradition on tour called Snots, which is a Saturday night on tour. On Broadway, it's called Snob. So Saturday night on Broadway.
I love Snots, even better.
And every weekend, Saturday night, some cast member or crew member makes a bunch of different themed cocktails, and we stay after the show, and we have some drinks before the Saturday matinee, or Sunday matinee, rather. So, we have our little rituals.
Right.
Keep things going.
And I saw that Spamalot's coming to New Orleans. Are you going to be in that production?
Yes, I am. I'm very excited. I've never been to New Orleans.
Okay. So I want to tell you, right across from the Sanger Theater, where Spamalot is going to be, is one of my favorite little restaurants called Palm and Pine. It's literally right across the street. Check it out. Palm and Pine. That's my little trick, hint for you for a fun dinner.
For New Orleans.
Ooh, thank you very much.
I will also throw out Turkey and the Wolf down in New Orleans. And
Turkey and the Wolf?
Yes. And it's like the best sort of.
I don't know where it's located.
It's
though.
greasy diner food.
But Palm and Pine is right across the street. So check it out.
Nice.
So what are you looking forward to when you come back to Chicago?
Oh, the art museum is one of my favorite things to do in Chicago. I also like what's it called? The Chicago Athletic Club or Athletic Association.
They have
a big bar and a game room that I love. I'm gonna try to get into Au Cheval, maybe Girl and the Goat, a few of the lovely restaurants.
Come on now, all right, you know your stuff.
You've got the right idea. Girl and the Goat is fabulous. There's so many great places. You can't miss.
So good, yeah.
And so wait, so do you get a day off? Like, do you have a travel day right after? Like, when are you traveling? Because you open here on the 19th.
Yeah, so we travel tomorrow, and so we have our day off this week is a travel day. So we're bussing on over from St. Louis.
Okay.
And then we open on Tuesday night.
That's so very exciting. Yeah. Look, hey, while you're in St. Louis, you need to go. I don't know. I mean, I know singers don't usually like dairy. But there's a place called Ted Drew's Frozen Custard.
Yes.
Have you been?
Oh, I have. Well, I worked at the Muni many years ago. And I went then, and it's so good. It's so
great. It's
good.
so St. Louis, and everything. Oh my gosh, you're bringing back all these memories. Because again, as a kid growing up in St. Louis, like the Muni was.
I'm getting hungry.
Oh sure.
And perfection. So when folks are getting ready to come and check out everybody's just ridiculousness in Spamalot at Broadway in Chicago CIBC Theater, you're here for a couple of weeks. What is your biggest wish for folks who come check out the show?
I really hope you laugh. I think that's the goal of the show. If there is one goal of Spamalot, it's to make you laugh.
Yeah.
And I hope you leave humming the songs and leaving your troubles at the door for a little while. It's one of those shows where you can it's pure escapism, and it's the best form of escapism, I think. It's just so funny and so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoy.
Yes.
Those coconuts.
With those coconuts.
I'm coming on Wednesday. I saw the show several years ago, but I told my wife, we have to go back. I need these laughs.
Yeah,
right now,
there's something just so wonderful. And again, as somebody who is a comedian, I want to say, like, so often comedians get overlooked because what happens, like, when the audience is like out there and they're laughing and having a great time, they just, like, it makes you feel good, so you don't realize how hard it is what you are doing up there. So I want to do a big old tip of the hat to all of y'all who are out there, just doing the hard work of bringing so much joy to so many people. If you need a lift, go see this show.
And who doesn't need a lift right now, right?
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing for Spamalot.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out to join us today, because I know you do have a matinee. Probably, do you have 2 shows today?
I think it's a 1-show day today.
Oh, congratulations!
And getting in the bus and coming here.
But tomorrow,
yes,
that's
indeed.
tomorrow.
Oh,
but they could be, that's tomorrow they're coming up. But yeah. Great. Well, enjoy your 1-show day, and thank you for doing it, because I know we're almost at half hours or soon around there.
Pretty close.
They're pretty close. But hey, so right now they're in St. Louis, but their Spamalot is coming our way to Broadway in Chicago's CIBC Theater, May 19th through the 31st. For tickets, you can go to BroadwayInChicago.com. Sean Bell, we can't wait to see you here and break all the legs today.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
See you Wednesday. Thanks, Sean.
With your huge tracts of land. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be chatting with playwright York Walker and director Malkias Stampley. So stick around. You are listening to Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
This is a WCPT Civil Rights Snapshot. In August 2022, American Airlines hosted the Bessie Coleman Aviation All-Stars Tour, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Bessie Coleman performing the first public flight by a woman of color. Bessie was a phenomenal pilot, but her path to get there was far from easy. When Bessie was 23, she moved in with her brothers who were returning from World War I. Bessie's brothers would tease Bessie because in France, women were allowed to fly planes, something Bessie could not. Determined, Bessie applied to several flight schools across the country, where she was declined for being a woman and being of color. Remembering what her brothers said, Bessie taught herself French and applied and was accepted to the Caudron Brothers School of Aviation in France and received her international pilot's license in 1921. Coleman traveled the country giving speeches and demonstrations, refusing to speak anywhere that was segregated. Sadly, in 1926, due to a loose wrench stuck in the engine, Bessie fell out of the plane to her death. Bessie's death was tragic, but it shows that even in 2022, her legacy still lives on. Please stay vigilant about our civil rights. The fight is never over.
Spring is here and summer heat is right around the corner. Is your home ready to stay cool and energy efficient? At Green Attic, they help Chicagoland homeowners prepare their homes for rising temperatures. With over 15 years of experience and more than 1,000 5-star reviews, Green Attic is a trusted expert in attic insulation, blow-in cellulose, spray foam, crawl space encapsulation, mold remediation, and solar attic fan installation. When the sun heats up your attic, that trapped heat can force your air conditioner to work overtime. Proper insulation and ventilation helps keep your home cooler and lowers your energy bills. Green Attic also offers full-service roofing through Green Attic Roofing, including asphalt shingles, flat roofs, Da Vinci, Brava, Cedar, Tesla solar roof, and solar panels options, all backed by the industry's 10-year labor warranty. Spring is the perfect time to fix insulation problems and aging roofs before the summer heat and storm season arrive. Schedule your free insulation consultation today at greenattic.com or get an instant roofing estimate at greenatticroofing.com. Green Attic, healthy home, happy family.
Some journeys start small, with small pause and big purpose.
Look how little fly, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step.
Bella, let's go.
Guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Hey, good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
I'm Amanda Civitello with Creating Iris. Welcome back to Out Chicago on WCPT.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here, along with Ella Miller, just rolling along. Mm-hmm. And y'all, look, I can't. My whole world was turned upside down this week when I saw Covenant at the Goodman. I've never seen anything like it. It is now playing in the Owen Theater at the Goodman. It is a Southern Gothic thriller with more twists and turns than an M. Night Shyamalan film. It grapples with faith, prayer, deep, dark secrets. I mean, we're talking deep, dark secrets. And the notion that if there is a God, then there has to be a devil. And I am thrilled and honored to welcome playwright York Walker right now. And hopefully director Melkia Stampley will be joining us. But right now, I've got York Walker. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my God. Literally, oh, my God. You're really good at your job, York.
Oh, thank you.
Holy
you so much.
Smokes. Like, this show shook me. My husband and I we lived in Memphis. So and he's from Mississippi. So he's got a very, very deeply rooted Southern sensibility. And I have been with him for 22 years. So that's kind of rooted onto me now.
Right. Yeah.
Holy smokes. Like, I could not leap to my feet faster than at the end of that show. So thank you so much for an evening of just incredible theater. How did the story of this play come to you?
Yeah, it's a little random because I was driving for Lyft out here in LA back when I was acting, and I got this image in my head that just popped into my head of this girl in like a blue dress with pockets on the front, and she was surrounded by darkness, and I was bored because I had like an hour to get back to LA. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe if this is a play, like where could she live? And then I was like, okay, well, the dress seemed a little like, it wasn't modern. So I was like, okay, this fits like The Color Purple. Maybe it takes place in the town that The Color Purple takes place in. And then a couple months later, I remembered the myth of Robert Johnson and him selling his soul to the devil to get his musical talent. And so I was like, I wonder if these two things live in the same world. And so I decided to write a play that had sort of both of those elements. And so that girl with the pockets surrounded by darkness is the first image of the play. So it's very cool to be able to sit down in a theater and see this thing happen in front of you that just popped into your head years ago.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And so for folks out there listening, I'm doing a horrible job explaining the play, but I don't want to explain it too much.
Yeah.
It's like, but let's just say, so we're talking 1930s rural Georgia. You have a mama. Just no. You have mama and her two like of age daughters and their friend who lives down the way with their grandmother. Grandmother's probably not the best kind of caretaker, so she's over at their house a lot. And then a handsome stranger. Oh, he comes back, who's been gone from the town for 2 years. He had a stammer and he couldn't play guitar. And now he comes back and he can sing and he can play the guitar really well. And now everybody thinks that he sold his soul to the devil. That's where it starts.
Right.
Okay. Like, but then throughout the play, that's not where we're going. Or we think, who knows? Throughout the play, the characters reveal their secrets. You start out, like, again, with the character, I believe Ruthie, comes out and she says, do you ever have a secret that is so deep that it just burns inside of you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, this play has really messed me up. Like, it stayed with me. It has stayed with me.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, yes. So, but the secrets, they break the fourth wall and they talk to the audience, but they share it as a story. And if I'm remembering correctly, most of these secrets are in third person.
Yes.
Why did you do that?
For me, where it came from was originally what I wanted to do structurally is have the play take place through each of the characters' different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would sort of happen in sections. And it just didn't work for what I wanted to do with the play. But what stayed from that was these sort of interludes, I call them, of sort of monologues where the characters get to reveal to the audience their deepest, darkest secret, but they're still not able to say it's me. And so there still is some distance. And so that's why they do it in the third person. And so you're not quite sure if they're talking about themselves or somebody else, but it's a way that they can sort of protect themselves in the way that we do when we have something that we haven't put out into the air yet.
Yeah, that's what I was getting on. I'm like, I'm smart. I got it. You know, because it really is like these stories, like, what a perfect setting to have this show in the Owen Theater, which is like an intimate space, and yet, like, you're dealing with themes that are almost like Greek drama. They're big. I mean, these are big secrets, and you could tell that, like, when a character is revealing the secret in the third person, there's a little bit of distance there, so it's easier for you to share the story if it's not I, it's she,
right,
or he,
right.
Yeah.
So I am curious, York. I'm a blues musician myself, and I'm curious about your knowledge of, there's been in blues mythology these stories of deals made for talent or fame, over the years.
Yeah.
What brought you to those stories? How did you know about Robert Johnson? Because you're I can look at your face here on Zoom and I see you're a young man. And as somebody who's older, as a blues musician, I'm always fascinated by how younger people are tuned into the blues, legends and the mythology surrounding it. How did you get involved in it? What's your understanding?
Yeah, I think where I first heard about it was in an August Wilson play, which, funnily enough, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom by August Wilson was just done at the Goodman.
Yeah.
And so I got a chance to see it, and they talk about a Robert Johnson-ish character where there's somebody that is making deals with the devil and he's a musician or something. So I think it was from that. It was from reading and seeing Ma Rainey's Black Bottom in college that I don't know. I think that story just sort of stuck with me in my head. And as I was thinking of this, because I wanted to figure out how to write horror on stage and have Black people be at the center of it. And I was trying to figure out how I could do that. And a lot of the horror that we get for Black stories, the horror comes from, white people and the tragic things that have happened in our country's history, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's so much that is within Black culture that doesn't have anything to do with that is terrifying. And so that is one of those things, Black people, I think, universally don't mess with the devil. And so I think
it fits right in.
It just seemed to work. And even as I was writing the play, I there's a reason that there's no intermission, because I didn't want anybody to have the ability to leave. And I had to temper it to make sure that it was uncomfortable, but also watchable for Black audiences, because I could push this play a little further, but I don't think anybody would sit and watch it.
Okay. Thank you. Can I thank you in advance, because I haven't seen it yet? But I appreciate that.
Thank
you for that.
The structure of the play, like, it is such a well-crafted script, like the way that you set it up, the art of misdirection, like, we're going this way, oh but wait, no, we're gonna go over here, wait a second, and the breaks where the characters, like, talk to the audience. how long were you playing around? Like, were you here in? I know this had a run in New York. Were you in Chicago for rehearsals for this?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah. And so I was there for the first week of rehearsal, and then I came back for previews through opening.
Okay.
So I had to. I'm based in LA right now, so I had to come back to LA. So it was incredible to be able to be in the room. It's honestly my favorite part of all of this is being in the room with actors and be able to say, when they have questions, be like, okay, well, this is what I was thinking in my mind. Or if they have questions and I'm like, well, what do you think? It's theater is a collaborative art. And so to be able to, build this production from the ground up with the actors and with Malkia, who's an incredible director, and our design team.
Yeah. Look, y'all were every single person involved with that production was telling the same story. Malkia's direction is like stop, and like the design, like the set costumes, the sound, there is not a false step in this entire production. That first week of rehearsals, when you saw this cast, did your mouth just kind of go gunk? Like, because holy smokes, all of them stars. All of them.
They're amazing. They're really amazing. And I think, I was sometimes, because the play is published now after the original production in New York. And so sometimes theater they will do it and you don't get to be involved as the playwright because it's like they'll do their own version. And the Goodman was kind enough to let me be a part of this process. So I was in the auditions for all of them.
Wow.
So I had, and also, I'm from Chicago, so I had to make sure that the production was right for the hometown crew. So
Good, smart.
When we were in previews and, the actors are tired because you're rehearsing during the day and then doing a show at night. And they're like wondering, is this working? Am I doing it right? I had to tell them, I was like, listen, all of you are here for a reason. If you could not play these parts, because they're very difficult, it's a hard play and it's very difficult to play these roles, you would not be here. And they were like, okay, all right, I trust you, because they know it's a hard play. It's a tough thing to do 8 times a week.
Yeah, and because it goes back and forth, like I was saying earlier about there's an intimacy, but then you've got this like Greek drama sort of like largeness to it. There's one scene in particular that really, like, for me, oddly enough, I'm realizing this as I'm saying it, oddly enough, it grounded everything and set the stakes so clearly. And it was the moment where mom and the daughters are anointing themselves with oil and the prayer scene. Mm-hmm. In that moment, like, I'm a good Episcopalian boy. We have our own little calisthenics of sit down, stand up, kneel, fight kind of thing. In this scene, it really just like it cements, like, I know who these, like, I get who these people are and how, like, what the stakes are for this family. Is that written into the script, or how did Malkia and the actors, were you a part of that process of putting that sequence together? Because you've got blues music as well as this, you've got the devil's music, and you've got this like ecstatic prayer happening.
Yeah, it is in the script. I will say this is the version of the show that has sort of built that moment out in such a really beautiful way, where it's like a whole moment. And that's Malkia, the director, and Tor, our associate director and our movement person. They built that with the actors. So it took some time to, like, different drafts of what it could look like and how sort of that prayer, we call it the ritual, the prayer ritual moves in and out of Johnny at the juke joint playing the blues music, and how those two things work together and how they influence each other in terms of the history of how gospel music and blues and all of those things are mixed together, but also in terms of the ritual nature of it. I think there's something interesting about, it's the Holy Spirit is sort of moving through them, but also weren't looking at it in that light, it could be like what is moving through them. It could look like something else. And so it's just, I think the way that Malkia directed it is just a beautiful melting pot of all of those things, and all those things go through there.
I could not breathe. I literally was like, I am leaning forward. I am just watching what's like this moment. Again, Mama, Angie White. Angie White. Angie White. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say her name over and over again until all of Chicago. Like,
I have a quick question for you here, York. The play's about secrets. Is there a harmless secret you could share that people would be surprised about you?
I kind of already shared this before, but York is not my first name.
Oh,
okay.
And so people are a little shocked when they hear. So my full name is Alan York Walker. So York was my grandfather's first name.
Oh.
And so my parents were kind of like, oh, well, maybe he'll use it when he's older. And in high school, one of my friends found out my middle name was York and just started calling me York, and I hated it. But when I was an actor and I graduated from college, I tried to do the Alan York Walker, but the three-name thing also didn't feel right. But I was like, York Walker feels like you can put that up on a marquee. That feels like
it's sexy.
It feels like
it's sexy. It's got a little
star power to it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that little secret. Thank you for sharing that.
Well, and you also, as you said, you are like a Chicago's very own. Was this your first play that was produced here?
Yes, it has been incredible because the journey of the play. Well, first, this is the first play that ever got produced. So this is the play that made people realize, oh, he's a playwright and not just an actor.
Yeah.
I've since retired from acting, but
no.
Yeah.
Really? You'll never do it again?
Yeah.
Never say never.
Well, never say never.
Never say never, but I think I always tell people I feel like, I was a good actor. I was solid. But I feel like I have more to contribute to theater and to the world as a writer than I did as an actor.
We'll accept that.
But this production, this almost didn't happen. So originally it was supposed to be with Paramount Theater in Aurora. And about a week and a half before rehearsal, they lost about $1 million of funding. And so the production was
That's
canceled.
right. Yeah. They moved
And so it was the same cast. It was the design team and the director. And we were all just sort of like heartbroken because we were about to, do this thing and it was going to be home in Chicago. And Malkia also works at the Goodman as a producer. And it just so happened to work out where they were able to pick up the production. So the way all of this has worked out to be able to premiere my first play that sort of launched my career as a writer at the Goodman has been absolutely incredible.
I can only imagine, and especially with your, I like to read the program before I see the play. So I was reading the playwright's notes, and about and your dad saying you got to do something in Chicago. I can sell some tickets for you. And you were sitting a couple rows ahead of me on opening night. And I believe, was that your dad with you?
Yes. Yeah. My dad and my mom and my two best friends were on the right of me. It was incredible. And also, 2 nights before that, my dad's a judge. He invited 40 judges and 20 family members. And so there was judge night at the Goodman.
I love it.
Passing judgment that's going on.
What are you working on now? What can you kind of give us a sneak preview of what we might see from you in the future?
Yeah, so I'm working on a commission for the Goodman. It's gonna be about James Hemings. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
No.
The name is familiar.
So his sister is more famous, Sally Hemings, who Thomas Jefferson.
Yes.
There we go.
So James is her brother. And James went to Paris with Thomas Jefferson, was also enslaved by him, and became a chef in Paris, a French chef. And so the legend is he's the reason that we have mac and cheese in the States. And he's this figure that nobody knows about. And so we're writing a play about him, and hopefully we'll we'll put it up at
How about
Goodman.
mac and
Fantastic.
cheese? The origin of mac and cheese.
Who knew? Could make great theater.
You could, but so. I'm just hoping that this show gets extended because it should run forever and ever and ever. That's what I'm hoping for. But York, when people run and not walk to go see Covenant at the Goodman, what do you hope people leave with? Because something's going to stick on you.
Yeah.
When you leave. It did. I was just like, go. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think I try not to prescribe what people should take away from it because you're going to take away something different depending on what you bring to it. I think that if you have a religious background, you're going to have one experience. If you don't have a religious background, you'll have another experience. But I always hope that people feel seen by my work and that they feel like they went on a journey. My thing is like, as a theater lover is that if I'm going to get up out of my bed and, put on clothes and go down to a theater and sit and watch something live, I want it to be a worthwhile experience where I experienced something that was surprising and engaging. And so to be able to sit and watch Covenant with audiences, watch audiences watch Covenant, it seems like that's happening. And so that's the most gratifying and fulfilling thing.
1000%. Like, I cannot say Paramount's loss is like, it was Chicago's game. Like, sorry, Aurora, like thank goodness. Cause let me tell you, you have seen nothing like it. You will be blown away by the performances, by the brilliant direction, by the craft of the storytelling. Every element of this production is just pitch perfect. So I just want to thank you, for putting this out into the world, but thank you for taking time out today to join us because it really. It's staying with me. All of my coworkers hate me right now because I cannot stop talking about it. So thank you so much. So again, thank you. Look, do not miss playwright York Walker's Covenant, deftly directed by Malkia Sampley. It's now playing through May 31st at the Goodman. For tickets, go to goodmantheater.org, and that's theater with an R-E because they are fancy that way.
Yes.
York, Alan.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Congratulations
much.
Again. And so I cannot wait to see.
I cannot wait to see this.
I can't wait
thrilled.
to see what else you do. But your next thing is coming down because I am now a huge fan. So thank you.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All the best to you.
Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
And look out for any red envelopes. Just lay it around.
Okay.
There you go. And on that note, we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, it is the final thrilling show-stopping moments of Out Chicago right here on WCPT Heartland Signal.
Around the Town, Chicago, with Al Besloff.
We had a very strange thing happen. Right. We were supposed to be talking to Ronnie Marmal, who is back.
Hey, Al, listen, I got a bone to pick with you. I listened to your broadcast last week after the fact, and you threw me under the bus. You acted like you couldn't find me. You guys were calling the wrong number.
I know.
How's that my fault?
At the time, it seemed like I had to do it that way.
No, I saw you threw me right under the bus.
Sunday afternoons at 1 on WCPT 820.
We weren't sure adoption would happen for us, but when it did, it happened threefold.
Mary and her husband first met their 3 children when they became their foster parents. Little did they know that their house would become the siblings' forever home.
We had to help them adjust to the idea that they wouldn't have to leave. Children in foster care have lived and survived so much. We had to help them process their trauma. And now to hear our children say that they know they have a mother and father who take care of us, teach us, and love us means everything.
The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is committed to finding safe, permanent homes for the longest waiting children in foster care.
I not only love these kids, I am just so proud of them.
You can help. Visit davethomasfoundation.org.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this.
I mean, what parent isn't worried about, what am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's giving me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes. Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
You're listening to WCPT 820 because facts matter.
I'm Israel Wright with National Gay and Lesbian Sports Hall of Fame. Welcome back to Out Chicago on WCPT.
Welcome back to Out Chicago. Scott Duff here along with Ella Miller.
I'm weathering the 15-degree drop in temperature.
It dropped. It was really hot when we got into this theater.
It was 81, now it's 68.
Oh, is it? All right, well,
that's
welcome.
Okay. We're good. I'm drinking hot coffee.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Wide awake. Not that I would ever fall asleep here on our show.
No, never on our show. Never. And you know what? Speaking of our show, you can listen to, rate, and share Out Chicago full episodes and featured interviews, podcasts on Let's Take It Off, friends, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeart, YouTube, and Amazon Music. All you got to do is search for Out Chicago with Scott Duff and Ella Miller, or visit WCPT's podcast page at heartlandsignal.com/podcast. We got some featured interviews that are fun up there. We've got Guy Branum, who is a comedian, actor, Emmy and Golden Globe writer, producer of Hacks.
Ooh.
That little show.
Yeah, I love
little
that
show like that. We've got Chase Glenn of Gender Cool Project. And of course, we got a little some folks like John Waters.
Just him. Yeah.
Susie Eddie Izzard. And now Alan York Walker. I'm going to call him Alan for the rest of his days. He's going to rue the day that he shared that secret.
Yeah.
With me.
It's not a bad name, Alan. Yeah. It's Ellen. I can relate to that name.
But York Walker and everything. And actually, if you want to watch and share this episode or any past episode of the show, you can go to our YouTube page at Heartland Signal. That's all one word. And click the live tab. You can also subscribe to our YouTube page where you can find live streams and shorts from our Heartland Signal digital newsroom. There we go. Visit all that. Hey, I can't tell. I'm still kind of riding high. This play is so good.
The expectation is high here.
It is high.
But I trust you because we usually agree on these things.
When you hear the word thriller,
yes,
you think of one thing,
right? Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Oh, that's not it? That's not what you meant?
No, but also that one scared me. Thriller actually scared me more than this
okay,
thriller.
Good.
It's because it's a slow creep, and then we don't get into boo scary stuff until later.
Mm-hmm.
So just don't go think oh nah. Just let the play happen to you.
Yeah. Okay. I don't love scary things, but
it's not. I mean, it's not like super. It's okay. Look, let's just be honest.
Okay.
It's theater scary.
Theater scary is different than film scary.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, theater scary is different than film scary.
Yeah,
because it's already pretend.
Right. Because you're watching
them play pretend up in front of you.
Yes, it's easier.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier, but you're definitely you're in and you're there are some moments you're like, what? Oh no. Yes.
Cool.
Go see Covenant at Goodman Theater. It's so good. Anyway, okay, so now we have some sad news to report this year. Jason Collins, who was the first openly gay active member of the NBA or of any of like
That was
football,
actually
baseball,
playing,
hockey,
yeah.
any of those sports. He was the first openly gay active member. He lost his battle with brain cancer this week.
That glioblastoma.
Yeah, he was 40.
Glioblastoma is horrible.
He was 47.
So sad.
Yeah, it was really, really sad. And in a piece that he wrote for ESPN in September of 2025, he wrote that when I came out publicly as the first active gay basketball player in 2013, I told a lot of people closest to me before I did so. I wasn't worried it would leak before the story came out because I trusted the people I told. And guess what? Nothing leaked. I got to tell my own story the way I wanted to. And now I can honestly say the past 12 years have been the best of my life. Your life is so much better when you just show up as your true self, unafraid to be your true self in public or private. This is me. This is what I'm dealing with. And I think it's quite a legacy.
It is. Charles Barkley, who I've come to really appreciate because he speaks his mind on things. And he described... is calling out what he describes as a homophobic society, classifying anyone who believes there are no gay players in professional sports as stupid.
Yeah.
And then on Ernie Johnson, who's for the NBA Tip-Off Show, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Charles Barkley all spoke about his death, but most of them were very supportive. Smith said 13 years ago it was a big deal, referring to him being a gay athlete.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it doesn't feel as big now at times is because of him.
Yep.
So, that's why Barkley injected to state his claims. It would still be a big deal if he had not come out like that. So we have to have people live their authentic lives. We've been preaching this since we hit the airwaves. It's the only way that the rest of society, who is like places that are unlike Chicago, that are difficult for people to live in when they're part of the LGBTQ plus community. If people are living their authentic selves, it'll just help the cause so much because people will realize they're just like me. They love differently. That's all.
Yeah.
And as evidenced here. So I'm sure there's a ton of other gay athletes out there, and it's still very difficult. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
For them to be their authentic selves. But I hope that as a tribute to Jason Collins, that more people will be their authentic selves.
Yeah, I mean, like visibility. It's
still
so funny.
very
It's still very important. It feels like, that was a huge thing when I was growing up, when I was navigating this path, like in the 90s. But yeah, visibility still really matters.
Yeah.
It really matters because like once you know a person and love a person and then you find out, and then there's also you understand that they're part of they're queer and they're part of the queer community, that can help foster empathy and understanding and being like, oh, okay, this isn't quite so
right.
What's the big deal? That's the whole thing.
Because we have an administration stoking fear of the unknown. That is really a huge, this transgender for everyone comment that he makes every day. We can't let them win with that. Yeah. We have to win with love. We have to win with honesty and being our true selves.
Yeah.
That's going to be the thing that's going to win, not the negativity and the fear.
100%. 100%. Hey, so I can't believe that it's almost Memorial Day weekend is next weekend.
Yes, it is.
That's
before you know it, we'll be saying Labor Day is here. It goes by so quickly.
It is cuckoo bananas. Like, I just really can't think about that. And so when Memorial Day is coming along, it's time for, Frank and Al of around the town.
Yeah.
They like to kind of do a little challenge with us here on the Out Chicago. It's a friendly little show-on-show rivalry going on here. And we go to the amazing Windy City Suites that's located on Broadway in Lakeview, in I guess North Halstead, even though it's on Broadway.
It's still Boys Town.
It's still Boys Town. Still call it Boys Town.
I still do.
So we went and we doing our ice cream challenge.
That's one of the great fun things about our job is doing things like an ice cream challenge on a Friday afternoon with Scott and Al from On the Town.
I know, it was wonderful. And then I got to see y'all beforehand. But, okay, it doesn't really start until next Friday.
Right.
The 22nd.
But we want to give you a preview.
Just want to let you know. Well, we'll just give a preview of ours.
Yes.
Because, here's the deal. I went for just my gut and not necessarily thinking about what the public is going to be. I had banana pudding, rather. Nana's banana pudding. It's banana pudding ice cream with the marshmallow cream and vanilla cookies. It's so good. And Ellen, you did.
I went with Rush Hour, which is a coffee ice cream with creamy caramel swirl and chocolate coffee candy chips. Those chips, it's just a delight. Every bite you get of that, it just bursts in your mouth like a coffee chocolate toffee.
And if you want to feel like summer, you can just go, or like you're at a good old barbecue or a good picnic or something and want that taste of banana pudding. Let me tell you, there's something really great. I think you're going to win, though.
I don't know. Well, I think
anyway.
we have
we won't even talk about that.
We're not going to talk about the competition.
Talk about that.
We're only talking about our choices.
Our choices. And it starts, so starting this Friday, when you go and patronize Windy City Sweets in Lakeview on Broadway and
it's like Roscoe, close to Roscoe.
Yeah, I don't have the exact address. You'll see our faces, and every time you buy a little scoop, they're going to make a donation to Special Gifts Theater. So it's a good tasting and a good cause.
It's a good way to rationalize eating a lot of ice cream this summer for a good cause.
Amen. And that's going to do it for us this week. I would like to thank our guest, Sean Bell. Don't forget to check out Spamalot, Broadway in Chicago, and playwright York Walker. Do not miss Covenant. So good. Devin, you are amazing. Paul, you are perfectly adequate with what it is you do in this little tiny room back there. Ella Miller, always a pleasure.
Same.
Break legs this coming Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Belmont Sheffield Music Fest, 6:30. Nelson Street Revival. Come on down.
There you go. And I'm Scott Duff. And until next week, stay proud.
Around the town, Chicago.